Now, GhanaWeb people came to Europe that they gave Shatawale and
Yes.
And what's his name?
They said Shatta received the highest royalty ever.
They didn't give it to him. It came from South Africa.
We are continuing our discussion with Akosua Agyapong and her concerns about GHAMRO and other things. I mean, it's been a tough one. Lately, she's had some back and forth with GHAMRO and their executives back to back, and it's been blow for blow and all that. We are here to find out what exactly is going on. Before we went on break, we're talking about Akwaboah.
Akwaboah, yes.
Yes, I saw that his death triggered a lot of arguments, like, you know, with respect to this whole GHAMRO issue. How did it come about?
Akwaboah called me, the Akwaboah Senior, he called me and said he's not happy at all. And I said, that was the problem. He said he got sick, was at the hospital. He needed some money to add to what he had because they asked him to buy some more, some medicine and other things. And he needed some money actually. And he called GHAMRO. And they actually sent him 250 Ghana cedis. I repeat, 250 Ghana cedis. And I said, wow, Oda, are you sure it's not 25,000? No. 250 Ghana cedis. The 2 blue ones and 1 brown one. That's what they sent to him.
Someone's lunch money.
Exactly. And I was like, wow. So he told me that anywhere I go, I should call him, say he will talk about it because GHAMRO is not treating them fairly at all. Unfortunately, I spoke, I think, on one or two TV stations, but unfortunately for me, he passed. So when I went to one of his star stations, I mentioned it, and then GHAMRO came out. I'm lying. They never gave him 250 Ghana cedis. They actually put him in one of GHAMRO's cars, sent him to the hospital. They paid his bills. Thirdly, they checked all his money that they were owing. They took the money to him. Everywhere they go, they kept on saying it.
So why would he lie?
Everywhere, exactly. So luckily for me, last week Friday, I was at a program and I had a call from Akwaboah's wife. And also
Akwaboah Senior's
Akwaboah Senior's wife, the one that is dead, and then Akwaboah Senior's sister, called Auntie Mama. First of all, the wife called me, said, Akosua, I'm back from, went to celebrate the 1 week. I'm back and I'm ready to tell you the truth. And I want people to know the truth that GHAMRO, yes, gave him 250 Ghana because he was blind. I called you for him. And I was there when he told you about the pain that they sent him 250 Ghana because I received that 250 Ghana. Secondly, they've never picked him up to take him to the hospital with GHAMRO car. Thirdly, they didn't give him any money that they said they added up all his monies and sent to him. So she's ready. So the Monday, I took her to one of the TV stations, and then I took her to another radio station. I took her to Onuya, let me be precise, and I took her to Adom, and then she spoke the truth. There was one that I didn't even know. According to her, December, GHAMRO started sharing money and then chicken to the older ones. It was chicken and I think 1 million, 100 Ghana cedis. So Akwaboah Senior called and said, we are giving out chicken and 1 million Ghana. And so 100 Ghana, 100 Ghana cedis. That's 31 million. They said, I don't have anything on me, so send me the 100 Ghana because my son is traveled and I'm a bit hard up. So they sent 100 Ghana cedis on his phone. The chicken, he didn't get it. Just the 100 Ghana. So the wife said everything on air, letting people know that I never lied, I spoke the truth. Now, I've spoken to few people, few elderly musicians. Now, I've realized that since their death, they've not given them any royalties. Now, let me tell you something. If you write songs, it's not easy. When Patricia called me, I was at the studio recording. It's not for free, you pay. Afterwards, you have to go for cameras for you to get a very good video. When you are done, before it will be promoted, you have to pay the TV stations for them to promote your songs. Now, after 1 year, you'll be given 200 Ghana cedis, 300 Ghana cedis for royalties. There's one musician, a gospel musician, that is very famous. Very famous, oh. When they shared money, I think 2 years ago, he received 320 Ghana cedis.
What's his name?
Okay. Joe Beecham was given 320 Ghana cedis. And then our own brother.
For the entire year.
Yes, our own brother. What's his name? Oh, the one that he has a studio at the same time, Nassim.
Nassim.
I was with him, and I said, hey, Nassim, the people, the way they are spending our money, serious. So, if they send me, how much do they give you? Nassim, so I have to mention it. Nassim said, I don't even look at it. I said, you watch this one, see how much. Said they gave me 292 Ghana cedis and some pesos. Yes. Now let me ask you something. If we sit and write songs, and some people don't even know how to write them, and they collect our monies, and they are given 433,000 Ghana cedis for commission, and then we, the musicians, you give us this amount, not even knowing what money you are sharing. Let me give you an interesting one. 2018, per their expenses, this man called Osborne, who is one of the biggest thieves ever in GHAMRO, said that they gave him 88,000 Ghana cedis to go around and collect our money. Listen to this carefully. They gave it. You see, anything I say, I have my proof. To make the feelings, they gave him 88,000 Ghana cedis to go and retrieve our money. He works as a tax force. He came back with 28,000 Ghana cedis. 60,000 Ghana cedis. They asked me, he said, the hotels, the police that he went with, blah, blah, blah. We've given you 88,000 Ghana to go and collect our monies. And you bring 28,000 Ghana cedis. That means you didn't go and do anything. You rather went to spoil 60,000 and you brought back 28,000 Ghana cedis. It is pathetic. Now, I want to ask GHAMRO that every year, there's 460 Ghana cedis, 460,000 Ghana cedis that goes into director's account. Every year, 460,000 Ghana cedis goes into director's account. Who are the directors? We don't know the directors. Now, one that hurts me more is, they say they have something they call the welfare. Our older ones are still dying, and yet still, they said they have welfare for the musicians. And the management, 2021, those that manage the welfare, used 72,000 Ghana cedis. I don't know what for. Now say, people are suffering. Their parents are dead. And their music is still being played. The spinners is still playing their music. The live bands are still playing their music. The TV stations, when the radio station doing, they have something called them. They still play their music, and you don't send them nothing. Now, I met one in Accra. I'm going to look for that girl and come and move with her one day on one of the TV stations. She said, Aunt Akosua, I went to GHAMRO to ask for my daddy's royalty. They said they're going to send me the money. They sent her. I'm not lying.
Who is her daddy?
I want to remember the name. That's how I said I'll get her name and the father's name. I was in a hurry. I was going to buy some sandals for my children. He said, Aunt Akosua, I'm not home this Sunday. He said, but 20 cedis.
Oh, really?
My driver was in the car. You see, it's bad if you lie. Because if you lie, at the end of the day, if they ask, what's your proof? But with Akwaboah, they were my neck that I was lying. But at the end of the day, my God made the truth come up. GHAMRO, there's no transparency. Now they are attacking Attorney General's office for no reason. Because Rex Omaya himself came to say on one of the stations that if you use more than 30% of the musician's money, your license will not be renewed. You see, he said we have the video. Now, one of the most wicked, and he's the thief among GHAMRO people. And no, you see, if you see a thief, you see it. His name is Ibrahim Ajete. Ibrahim Ajete said live on TV, we have the video. He said things that are going on in GHAMRO, if it was any association, they would have sacked him. That means he's not doing the right thing. They would have sacked him things that are going on. And he said on one of the radio stations that before he became the administrator, he said, even if they give him 1 billion Ghana cedis, or if they give him 100,000 Ghana cedis, he will never work at GHAMRO. But he's there, squandering our money. And you see, it hurts that the same person 5 years ago came to stand on AGM, our platform, to say that musicians should clap for him. We all clapped for him. And he said he has gone to put our 500,000 Ghana cedis into treasury bills. Our 500,000 Ghana cedis, he has put in treasury bills.
With whose knowledge?
Nobody. Till date, we don't know where that 500,000 Ghana cedis has gone to. Whether it has given birth, whether the children are all dead, we don't know nothing. There's no transparency. The minute to talk about GHAMRO. Now, GHAMRO people came to Europe that they gave Shatawale and
yes,
and what's his name?
They said Shatta received the highest royalty ever.
They didn't give it to him. It came from South Africa. They, you know, when their music was played there, they got the monies ready and wrote their names on it, and it was sent down to Ghana, to GHAMRO, for them to give it out. GHAMRO didn't give that money to them. It came from South Africa. Now let me ask you a question. There's a man called Ya Osborne. That Osborne is not his name. His name is called Philip Agrubu or whatever. His name is not Ya Osborne. Let me tell you what he did. We have a musician called, those days we used to call them Sibo Brothers. And his name is Pa. I've forgotten, his name is Pa. I call him Pa. You know what that guy did? He actually used somebody's face and used his name to collect money since 2015. The YouTubes, whatever that comes in, it goes to Ya Osborne. With somebody use your face and write Akosua Agyapong and be collecting my money. So when the guy he said he was actually broke, begging for money. And then somebody from America called and said, my friend is saying, Pass Solo, you don't have to beg him because you have money that comes. And then Pass Solo said, how? He said, I'm going to investigate for you. So the guy sent the money that has been coming and everything to him. So I met him at the funeral. And he showed it to me. He said, do you know this guy? I said, his name is your husband. Santa Cosa, look at all these monies. Your husband has used somebody's face and has used my name and is collecting my money. So the day that, by God's grace, I mentioned on one of the radio stations that they called him, he was so angry. He said, this is how he said it. Then the presenter said, why? He said, he's coming from GHAMRO. And when he got there, they were giving him 5,000 Ghana cedis from 2015 till date, and he threw the money, told them that he doesn't want that money. He will collect that money, but he will take that husband to court. Now let's look at something. How many musicians are they using fake people's faces to be collecting their money? How many musicians have left their families and their families are begging, looking for money to take care of their children, and they are there enjoying and squandering our money? GHAMRO used our hard-earned money to send that Bamajete outside to go and learn about copyright and whatever, about GHAMRO issues. He went to learn how to steal our money. Because let me tell you something, the annual reports that comes in, they try to put in big accounts so that it will be okay. You are not supposed to use, you are supposed to be between 10 and 30% of our money, but they are using more than that. And so I thank God and I salute Attorney General office, especially the solicitor, Madam Ellen, that she is actually doing the work that she promised that she would do. They went to sit on one of the radio stations. Their husband said, I was in bed with Attorney General. I mean, they are listening to me. No, they are listening to the truth. They're not just listening to me. It's the truth that we are listening to. Legal 392,000 Ghana cedis. Those that are suffering. Look, this lady, before she died, Comforter, no, she came on the radio station begging for money. 2 weeks she died. They are saying they've sent some monies to some people. They will hear from me very soon. They never gave those people the money that they are talking about. Now we have welfare. And some people are welfaring the money in their pockets and not giving to those that need to get that money. So when you see me angry with GHAMRO, you say make a sakeke. I have my proof because Rex is taking me to court.
Yes.
Watch it.
What's your the work court?
Watch it. Watch you. I'm surprised I'm still sitting here. But the one that I'm going to send to court is a Bramajeti, because per their this thing that they did, their conference that they did, their press conference that they did, he said, I'm going to register a spinning association, and they're collecting money for me.
You?
Yes, and he said he has his proof. So me and Mr. Mubi and Trace I've gone to. Doesn't make sense. If you are trying to defame me, or you are trying to just spoil my image, you don't go that far. I have registered, so I say you should bring it. So I've told him. I gave him 48 hours because I thought he would be sensible enough to come out and speak the truth. You see, the minute you start and to cut, I know your time, to run things up, there is a group called Alliance for Change. They're in UK and they have their rep here. They came down to Ghana to show GHAMRO how to log in, and then so that because when the music is being played, you cannot log in. So you are paying money anyhow. Me, 2021, do you know how much money they shared? They sent us a message. No, 2022, December. They said we're sharing 1.3 million Ghana cedis to 13 billion. Some got 200, some got 153, some got 150. Cedis. A man has said something, and I ran up with that. A man has said, he said in Ivory Coast, the older ones and those don't have money, the least that they get is $600. Those that are not even functioning, they give them $600. I have the video here. They give them $600. Now our people, whole Christmas, you give them 100 cedis. A more crab bottle, you saying? Just 5 by 5. How much is it? How much is one pound of chicken? Left alone oil, tin tomatoes, onions. You give them 100 Ghana, and you think you've done something, and then your husband will not shut up and go to a radio station with all his disgrace to say that because I have stopped them from giving the older ones 100 Ghana. Does it make sense? I was telling them that 100 Ghana, even transport alone, transportation that day alone, will take the 100 Ghana. Sister, the musicians are suffering, and I want government to come in. Attorney General is doing this. Attorney General is doing very well, but we want GHAMRO closed down, because when I came here, I realized that some of you are putting on your showing that you work here, your ID card. We don't have some. We don't have ID card. We don't have login system. When these guys came, Alliance came to show them how to log, they stopped them and they went back because they realized that transparency be them. They'll be seeing how the money that comes and everything. 2016, blank levy came twice. One came 2,328,000 Ghana cedis. That's 22 billion. And they wrote less 153,000 Ghana cedis. They went for loan without us knowing. So they deducted that money from our money that came from the blank levy. We don't know what they used 153,000 Ghana cedis for, but they wrote less. Now, the same year, I think the same year 2016, 2,244,000 Ghana cedis came. So when the money was the time, it comes twice. How did I know? I went to GRA to ask them how our money comes. I went to foreign finance first, and I went to GRA because I know these people, they can come and lie. So I asked them, how does the money come? They said, oh, it comes, and as at when we demand, when the money is coming, we shared among 3 of us. GHAMRO, ASOC was another big problem there, and then book writers.
Is ASOC still in existence?
Yes, I think that their licenses have not been given to them yet. And book writers. Now, if you're a book writer, go and register, because that man sitting there, he's enjoying money rough. The one that he called himself the CEO of a Book Writers Association. Because there are book writers here. Let me tell you something. The last time Kwejontwi called for a meeting, because we realized that I was talking about a lot of things. I went to meet that man there, and I told him that it was a round table. I even called corporate administrator, Madam Ya Atifa, to come and sit there as well. So she was there. that meeting. And I asked them that, Carlos Teach's time, they agreed for musicians to get 45%, ASOC to get 32%, book writers 11%, which they agreed. But when Kojonchi came, Kojonchi agreed that we should all have the same percentage, which is not fair. Because musicians, we are more. And musicians, they show our videos on TV. So when the 45 is given, it will be our TV, and then our music that is being played on radio and other things. So the man told me, that man, the book writers guy told me that if I have a problem, I should take it to Parliament. I said, well, that time, did you take it to Parliament before you agreed? My sweetheart, there are so many things going on Gambia that is not right. So I'm just asking Attorney General's office, we should close that place down for the meantime. Because the money that they're still collecting is going into their pockets.
I have a question. And
Please
the question is that if GhanaWeb is not making enough money to be able to pay artists or musicians,
yes,
what is the guarantee for the loan they've been taking? Do they make profits aside trying to accrue money for the musicians? If the money for the artists no say
yeah,
what is the guarantee for the loans you take?
That's for the loans that they take it rough without asking us anything.
Because how much profit do you think they make in a year?
Sweetheart, I love this question. I'll give you a big peg when we're done. We don't know anything that happens there. We are supposed to know the monies that comes in and what they're sharing to us. But we don't know anything. We don't know the monies that come from spinners. We don't know the monies that come from TV and radio stations. As at now we speak, we have 164 TV stations and 516 radio stations. We don't know nothing. They will just send message on our phone. We are sharing 500,000 Ghana cedis today. We are sharing 1.3 million Ghana. We are sharing 800,000 Ghana cedis. That is it. We don't know where that money is coming from. Whether it's blank levy, we don't know nothing. Now, what really hurts me is Rexomar, the guy that is taking me to court. That guy, he's the biggest disgrace among. I'm using it because other chairman and people they've come to GHAMRO, but this guy, he thinks of only himself and not others. Because if you know that we are all growing, my sister, I'm 53 years old. I'm 53. I'm not going any younger. 33 years ago, I was 20 years. And if we are growing, and you just go ahead, you just go for the money, use it anyhow, use your expenses anyhow that you want. And then when you are sharing the money, because there's no luck, they came to say something funny on radio. I said, this guy is not serious. And the old songs, because the radio, we don't hear the old songs, how can we give them? And I say, hey, travel to the villages.
Yeah, the radio stations still play old songs.
They play old songs. So you can't, but there's no locking system.
There are even shows that they play just high life songs.
Sweetheart, that guy, and at the moment, we don't even have a board. Do you know what Abraham Ajete did? The day that the judge told them to step down as board, 2 days that he took them in as interim directors. The same group. Diana Hobson. Very careful. Diana Hobson. She went to run music, and what happened there? Now she has jumped to GHAMRO. She's now the second in command, and she wants to stand as president, chairman at GHAMRO. She's a joker. Look, the older ones, you will hear more information because I have some information in my palm, but I want to get it properly. I want to hold it because you see, they like going to court. Before Akwaboah brought in three lawyers to handle GHAMRO. I didn't hear that they even collected a fly from any of the TV station, radio stations. They took some people to court and nothing happened. But they were paying them 5,000 Ghana cedis a month. The three is 150,000 Ghana cedis a month. 350 means. You understand? And musicians, we that write the music, they are dying poor. And Nampedu is gone. My father may also rest in peace, but he didn't help me. Whereby GHAMRO is concerned. I went to him, I showed him my proof. The day that he decided to call GHAMRO, he got sick. Papa Jansen is gone. His last days, he was pushed on stage to sing. When he was done, they pushed him back. a whole papayansi, one of the best high life singers you can ever get. CK Man is gone. Joelaka is gone. Rama Bedu is gone. Thomas Pimpon is gone. AAA is gone. What's his name? The guy who sang I Will Love It, he's gone. Comfort Ano is gone. If you sit down and you realize the musicians that died, it's not like we celebrated somebody's 90th birthday and maybe we all went and the following day. No, these people all died out of sickness, frustration. Akwaboah's wife said, "Miku de yao el GHAMRO or the yao not the koi." That's the word she used. How long should we die? And then you come and take pen and paper and write, "Who is the next, please?" You are waiting for us to die, but you are not ready to help the musicians to stand on their feet. GHAMRO for some pie, and then they have the mouth to come and sit on radio stations and TV stations without any disgrace and come and lie. If you're saying lying, if you're giving percentage for lying, I think they will pass 100%. They can lie and they will talk. And they have some of the presenters, some of the presenters who I'm sure they pay. So when they're lying, they're not ready to come, they're not ready to call and find out the truth. They will also come and stand on radio and talk rubbish. Meanwhile, where they are working, they pay them well. Where they are working, they have the ID to show that this is where I work. GHAMRO, we have nothing. Now, 4,000, 5,000, they say we are 9,000 now. So I'm sitting here to tell the younger ones, I was young before. Come and let's make sure that we get what belongs to you. You might think that you are okay today, but they are still playing your money. Somebody is squandering your money.
Most of them have registered with other royalty firms elsewhere. So looks like they don't really have a problem.
Exactly. They will have a problem. Look, let me tell you something. As I said, I was young. I've been young before. I started music 1990. I was 20 years. 33 years now. Things change. New people come in with their songs. So you'll not be young forever. But what you have, the Okakrano, in the Bible, the one that had the talents, one hid his own. The other one just kept it. The other one that had more, did more to get more. And so when they came, they took the small ones and added it to his own. So even if you have, what you have, it will also sustain you forever. You have some monies, and some people are squandering the money. They are using different faces to collect money. And so I'm telling musicians out there, I'm happy some people are calling. Some people are now furious about it. We had our press conference. It was beautiful. We had so many TV stations coming in. We have the spinners coming in to talk bitterly. Look, the spinners' money, if I'm not yopping, about more than 60 billion. That's 600,000, 6 million Ghana cedis. By the end of the day, what happens to us? So I'm begging, and I will continue to salute Attorney General's office. We are going back to the mediation report as they have come to say. And everything I've told you, I'll give you my proof because I brought my proof here. I'm not here just your.
Oh yeah, she came with a whole lot.
Exactly.
She came with a backlog of documents, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want musicians. As I'm saying, TV stations, and music users, don't pay any money to GHAMRO, especially spinners too. Don't, because the money goes into their pocket. They buy big cars and they enjoy our money. So don't pay. Rather, save it. So when the right time comes and the new board comes to you with their license, and if you're a spinner, with that license, don't pay. When they bring any forgery license, and if anybody tries anything, report to the police. And the police report that follows the spinners to go and collect money. I've reported this case to IGP. And IGP has warned everybody because policemen, you don't collect people. You are not tampo for. You are not supposed to collect money and follow people to go and collect money. Your work is different. So if you are listening to me, if GHAMRO brings police, just get the person's name and go and report the person. And IGP will hold the person responsible because they are not supposed to follow GHAMRO to go and collect money.
One may ask, what is your interest in all of these? Someone will think that ABR upe post being na we say and I say ABR you are bitter because you've not been given something, or what exactly is your interest in
My
all of
interest in it is, I would say it hurts me that my 2 kids are coming, they're also, they've composed and they're becoming musicians. It hurts me that you see older ones. I went to a funeral in Kumasi. I saw some older musicians, the attire that they were wearing. I didn't even know some of them, they sang about this song. They came to perform. I was like, when recently I saw another musician, an older man. When he performs, my God, it has a performance. But when I saw the shoes that he was wearing, his trousers and his shirt faded, a very big funeral, I told myself from 2015 that I'm going to fight. I don't have any interest. Yasanto was going to fight. She didn't have any interest. She wanted to fight for something. So we'll be able to stand on our feet. I'm fighting so that the right thing needs to be done. In future, when I'm dead and gone, I have 6 children. They will also enjoy my songs. So I'm not fighting for any interest. Anka interest, Anka. Sometimes they will tell you to come to GhanaWeb. Some say, oh, maybe they've given you some money. Me, they should come and say, I have never collected any money from anybody.
You've not had royalties?
Royalties. No, I'm talking about, they'll say that maybe they'll give you some money for you to shut up. Nobody can tell me to shut up. I'm a producer, I'm a performer, I'm a writer. The last one that I got from GhanaWeb was 1,200 Ghana cedis. I do all the free.
When was that?
That was the last money they shared. That was the 2022, the 13 billion that they shared. I had 1,200.
So the whole of 2023, they've not shared any money?
They are not supposed to.
Or because of the injunction?
Yes.
Okay.
They are still collecting money. That's why I want Attorney General's office to stop them. And let's close down the place, because now they say they don't have money to pay their workers. What work are they doing? Now, a quick one before you go on break. What work are they doing? Because they've gotten some people out there, some of the spinners, to collect money. So what are the people doing at the office that they want money to pay them? And then the last question is, I want to know whose number they've been sending our monies to. Because they've been sending our monies, Momo. Definitely the 1% passed through somebody's phone. We want to know whose number is it. If I want to know that
Momo,
number.
I've been hearing a lot of concerns about the Momo thing.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody is collecting the 1%. You can imagine.
Or maybe it's registered in GhanaWeb's name.
If seriously it is, you share 13 billion, that's 1.3 million Ghana cedis, and then 1% is film. Me and the council to imagine the money that these people are making. GhanaWeb, we don't have a problem with them, but there's no transparency and they are squandering our money. So I salute you. I'm waiting for you for the courts.
Like she said, she's ready to go to court, and whatever thing that she has said, whatever submissions that she had made, they would get to hear about it. It will eventually be out, and we'll see how the responses will come in, and whether this whole back and forth will generate any positive change. Of course, that's what we are all looking for, a better GhanaWeb, so that our veterans would retire in peace. Okay, this has been interesting in here. It's been a whole lot of, emotions flying here in the studios, but it was a good one. Thank you for coming.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much for coming. We come your way another time, and till then, be good.